to 1992, you saw Michael maybe 3 times a year during that period?
Yes.
You sent him letters,
Yes.
packages, but he never responded to any of them.
Before you label or condemn me, don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
Michael Jackson never forgave Jermaine Jackson after his betrayal, because a brother's betrayal cuts even deeper. Jermaine really had it out for Michael, hell-bent on destroying his career. But why? What did Michael Jackson do to Jermaine to warrant this? Was it just jealousy over Michael taking over the lead role in the Jackson 5? Or was there more to it?
Jermaine is definitely jealous of him. I mean, it's very blatant that he's very jealous of Michael, or anybody that succeeds in that matter in the family.
I mean, it was so bad that Jermaine was even suspected of being the one that planted the rumors that Michael was doing unspeakable things. Now that's something that is very hard to forgive. How could someone hate his own brother this much? What did Michael do to Jermaine? Let's get into it.
Jermaine is definitely jealous of him. I mean, it's very blatant that he's very jealous of Michael, or anybody that succeeds in that matter in the family.
Being in a band with your siblings can be amazing, but it can also be difficult. It can feel like the best thing in the world or the worst. For the Jackson 5, making music together brought them success, but it also created tension, especially between Michael Jackson and his older brother, Jermaine. Over the years, their relationship changed from being close brothers to rivals in the music industry. Before Michael became the lead singer, Jermaine had that role. He was the voice in front of the Jackson 5 before Michael's talent became impossible to ignore. When their mother saw Michael's singing ability at home, she knew he had something special. In 1966, Michael became the main lead singer, and Jermaine moved to a backup role and played bass guitar. This change marked the start of a shift in their dynamic. At first, their rivalry may have been exaggerated by Motown's press team to make the group more interesting to fans. They wanted people to see each brother as unique. Michael was the energetic performer with a big smile, while Jermaine had a more mature, teen idol appeal. Fans picked favorites, and debates about which brother was better only added to the group's popularity. But while the rivalry may have started as a publicity stunt, it later became very real, especially when Michael's solo career took off. In the 1980s, Michael Jackson became one of the biggest stars in the world. His albums, Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad broke records and made him the king of pop. Jermaine also had a solo career, but he never reached the same level of success. This created tension between the two brothers. While Michael was breaking sales records, Jermaine struggled to stay relevant in the music industry. One of the biggest moments of their feud happened in the late 1980s. Jermaine had a record deal with Arista Records and was getting ready to release a new album. He was supposed to work with producers Kenneth "Babyface" Edmonds and Antonio L.A. Reid. These producers were rising stars in the music business, and Jermaine hoped they would help revive his career. But things did not go as planned. According to reports, Michael did not like that Jermaine was getting help from such talented producers. Michael allegedly stepped in and convinced Edmonds and Reid to work with him instead. This left Jermaine feeling betrayed and deeply hurt. Clive Davis, the head of Arista Records, later wrote in his memoir that Jermaine was devastated. He was in tears, feeling abandoned by his own brother. To Jermaine, it seemed like Michael did not want him to succeed.
I didn't want us to put out music that Michael didn't want.
The rivalry between Michael and Jermaine reached its peak in 1991 when Jermaine released a diss track called Word to the Bad. He felt that Michael had changed too much. He believed that Michael had turned his back on his family and even his race. The song had harsh words about Michael, talking about his skin color, plastic surgeries, and strange behavior. Jermaine wanted to call Michael out in public, hoping that fans would agree with him. He thought some of Michael's fans were already unhappy with how different Michael had become. Jermaine believed that by speaking the truth, he could wake Michael up and bring him back to reality. However, in early November, the original diss track version suddenly appeared on the radio in New York and Los Angeles. Nobody knew who leaked it. A program director, Rick Cummings, said that a package arrived overnight with the song inside. He had no idea who sent it, but he thought the song was interesting. After listening to the lyrics, radio stations decided to play it. Soon, the song was everywhere. People were shocked that Jermaine would attack Michael so openly. But after pressure from their mother, Jermaine later released a different version with less aggressive lyrics. However, the damage was already done. The timing of the leak was also suspicious because Michael's new song, Black or White, was also released around the same time. Some people thought the whole thing was planned to get more attention for both brothers. Michael's song was about how skin color should not matter. Because of this, many believed that the two songs were meant to be opposite of each other. Some journalists even suggested that both songs were leaked on purpose to create drama. The idea was that people would start talking about the Jackson brothers, and both of their albums would sell more. But Michael was not happy at all. When he heard Jermaine's song, he was furious. He felt betrayed by his own brother. A top executive at Michael's record label, Epic Records, called the song's release a dirty trick. He said it was only meant to hurt Michael. Michael wanted the song gone immediately. He called powerful people in the music industry and demanded they stop playing it. Suddenly, the song was removed from radio stations. It disappeared so fast that people knew Michael had used his power to shut it down. One of the song's producers, L.A. Reid, said he had no idea what happened. All he knew was that one moment the song was everywhere, and the next moment it was gone. Jermaine went on TV to defend himself. He admitted that he wrote the song, but he had no idea how the diss track version leaked. He told the Los Angeles Times that the song was his way of telling Michael to come back to reality. He said he was hurt by Michael's actions and wanted him to understand how his family felt. Jermaine also made it clear that no matter how angry he was, his love for Michael was deep. He said that no one could understand their bond as brothers. Eventually, the brothers met in Los Angeles to talk about the situation. It was the first time they had seen each other in months. When they sat down, the first thing Michael asked was, "Why?" Jermaine explained his feelings. He told Michael that he felt left behind. He told him that the family was hurt by the way Michael had distanced himself from them. After a long conversation, they agreed to stay in touch no matter how busy they were. Jermaine said that from that moment on, they promised to always answer each other's calls. But even after the brothers made peace, people still wondered about the music. Jermaine's album, You Said, was released just a few weeks before Michael's album, Dangerous. Jermaine hoped that all the talk about his feud with Michael would help his own album sell more copies. He knew that whenever Michael released new music, people rushed to buy it. In 2003, Jermaine Jackson planned to write a book called Legacy: Surviving the Best and the Worst. He wanted to share secrets about his family, especially about his brother, Michael Jackson. The book talked about Michael's personal struggles. It mentioned Michael's alleged problems with drugs and his behavior around children. Some parts of the book were very serious and made people question Michael's actions. Jermaine also wrote about how the family was not always happy. There were problems between them, and not everyone got along. His book showed that even a famous family had troubles, but this book was never published. Some people believed Jermaine changed his mind because it would have caused too much drama. Others thought the family pressured him not to release it. Like I said earlier, Jermaine was also part of the famous music group, the Jackson 5. The group started at Motown Records, and they became superstars. But in 1975, things changed. The Jackson 5 decided to leave Motown and sign with Epic Records. Jermaine, however, made a different choice. He was married to Hazel Gordy, the daughter of Berry Gordy, who was the owner of Motown. Because of this, Jermaine felt loyal to Motown and decided to stay. This meant he had to leave the Jackson 5 while his brothers moved on without him. Jermaine's decision caused tension in the family. Some of his brothers were upset that he chose to stay behind. They felt he had turned his back on them. At the same time, Jermaine struggled with being away from the group. He still loved music, and he continued his solo career at Motown. Even though he had success on his own, the separation from his brothers was not easy.
You have your whole life ahead of you.
2012 Family Dispute.
The family battle over Michael Jackson's money and children is getting worse.
In 2012, a big fight broke out in the Jackson family. Jermaine Jackson, along with some of his brothers and sisters, said that Michael Jackson's will was fake. They didn't agree with what the will said about who should get Michael's money and property after he died.
Now we are learning for the first time the real details of just how much money MJ's estate is worth.
The will had left everything to Michael's mother, Catherine Jackson, and his 3 children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket. But it didn't leave anything for Michael's brothers and sisters. This upset them, especially because they felt that Michael would have wanted to help them out too. The family got involved in the public fight over the will, and things got worse. This dispute even affected Catherine Jackson, Michael's mother. She had been taking care of Michael's children since his death in 2009. But because of the family drama, a judge decided that Catherine Jackson should temporarily lose custody of the kids. The judge did this after hearing that Catherine had been missing for 10 days, and no one knew where she was. This made things even more difficult for the Jackson family, as the kids were upset and confused about what was going on.
From her, sources say that Janet then slapped Paris and screamed, "You're a spoiled little bitch." Paris slapped Janet back and reportedly yelled, "This is our house, not the Jackson family house."
The argument started because Jermaine and his family members signed a letter saying that they didn't believe Michael's will was real. The letter was signed by Jermaine, his brothers Tito and Randy, and his sisters Janet and Rebby. In the letter, they called the will fake, flawed, and fraudulent. They said it didn't match what Michael would have wanted. They were upset because Michael's wealth was left to his mother and children, but not to his siblings. However, after the letter became public, Jermaine regretted signing it. He said that he shouldn't have made it public and that the family should have talked about their concerns privately instead of letting everyone know. Jermaine decided to take back his signature. He apologized for getting involved in the public conflict and said that he should have kept his thoughts to himself. He wanted to make peace with his family and move forward.
The Jackson family, despite their ongoing public feud, proving the show must go on. The Jackson brothers performing together with Michael's 3 children at the center of the dispute, looking on.
The situation became even worse when Catherine Jackson's health was questioned. Some people in the family said that she had suffered a stroke, and this caused a lot of worry. They said that the stress of the situation was bad for her health. However, Catherine's lawyer later said that she had not had a stroke and was in good health. Still, the family continued to argue about her well-being and who should be in charge of making decisions for her. Jermaine tried to explain that his actions were motivated by love for his mother. He said he wanted to protect her and that she needed to rest. Catherine had been under a lot of stress for a long time, and Jermaine said that the family was only trying to help her by sending her to a spa in Arizona for some rest. Jermaine said that Prince, Michael's oldest son, had even helped Catherine with her bags when she left for Arizona, and he wanted her to relax.
prospects.
And the simmering issue of who should be the kid's guardian? Well, a judge gave cousin TJ custody last week while grandma was indisposed at an Arizona spa.
But Michael's children didn't understand why their grandmother was not contacting them. Prince and Paris Jackson were upset because they hadn't been able to talk to her on the phone. They thought she was on her way to a Jackson Brothers concert in New Mexico and would return soon. But they had no idea where she was or why she wasn't answering their calls. They posted about their concerns on Twitter, which made the situation worse.
Be there.
I'm here with my children, and my children would never do a thing like that, hold me against.
The media reported this confrontation, and it caused even more tension in the family. Janet Jackson's lawyer said that the reports were damaging to her reputation and caused her harm. The Jackson family did not want to be seen fighting in public, but they couldn't stop the media from sharing what was happening. In the end, Jermaine Jackson felt the need to reach out and make peace with the family. He said that the drama had gone on long enough and that it was time for everyone to come together. He talked about how his son, Jafar, had asked if they could still visit their grandmother's house as a family. Jermaine said that this broke his heart, and it made him realize that the family needed to stop fighting.
It's not going to bring my brother back, and we, as a family, we hurt.
Jermaine wrote a statement saying that it was time to focus on family and healing. He suggested that the family have a private conversation and try to solve their problems without letting the world see them argue. He admitted that mistakes had been made and things had been said in the heat of the moment, but he hoped that everyone could come together and find peace. Oh, it would seem Jermaine is such a trouble magnet. Well, it doesn't stop at family problems. A woman filed a lawsuit against Jermaine accusing him of sexually assaulting her in 1988. The lawsuit was filed in California using a law called the Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act. This law lets people file civil suits in cases of sexual assault, even if the legal time to sue has passed. It is possible if someone is found responsible, or if there was an effort to hide what happened. The woman who filed the lawsuit is named Rita Butler Barrett. She says she knew Jermaine Jackson because her husband was friends with Berry Gordy. Barrett claims that Jermaine Jackson came to her home in the spring of 1988 and assaulted her. She says he forced his way in and attacked her with force and violence. She feared for her life during the assault and says Jermaine left after he attacked her. The next day, Barrett reported the assault to Berry Gordy, hoping for help. However, instead of reporting the crime to the authorities, Gordy and others tried to cover up the attack. Barrett says that Gordy, who had strong connections with Jermaine and his family, had the power to stop the cover-up and help her, but he chose not to. According to Barrett's lawsuit, Gordy and others used their influence to protect Jermaine and keep his actions hidden. This allowed Jermaine to continue with his music career without facing the consequences of his actions. Barrett sued Jermaine Jackson for sexual assault, sexual battery, and negligence. She also sued his businesses, including Jermaine L. Jackson Music Productions, Inc. and Work Records. In the lawsuit, she says she still suffers from emotional distress, fear, anxiety, and other physical and emotional problems because of what happened in 1988. Barrett asked the court to determine the damages she should receive. She wants compensation for the pain and suffering she has gone through since the assault. The lawsuit is still in progress, and the Jackson family has not yet made a public comment. Sky News has reached out to Jermaine Jackson for a statement. Speaking of Jermaine and women, there's also that drama with his brother Randy and Randy's girl.
Go for her. Jermaine told me that Michael had called him at that time and told him, "Are you in love with her?" And he said, "Yes, I'm really in love with her." He goes, "Then congratulations."
In 1986, a woman named Alejandra Oaziaza became the center of a family drama involving Randy and Jermaine Jackson. It all began when Randy, who was 24 years old at the time, started dating Alejandra, who was only 17. Even though they had a big age difference, their relationship lasted for many years. During this time, they had 2 children together. Their daughter, Genevieve, was born in 1989, and their son, Stephen, followed in 1992. Although they never married, they were a couple for quite some time. However, their relationship was not easy. Randy and Alejandra had many ups and downs, and people close to them said that Randy struggled to be a responsible father. Despite trying to be there for his kids, their relationship was often rocky and unstable. While Randy was still with Alejandra, things got even more complicated. He became involved with another woman named Eliza Shaffey, and in 1989, he married her. This was while he was still seeing Alejandra. Soon after, he and Eliza had a daughter named Stevana. This made the family situation even more confusing. Alejandra, who had 2 children with Randy, now found herself in a situation where Randy was married to someone else. This caused a lot of tension in their relationship, and things started to fall apart. But what happened next shocked everyone. Jermaine, Randy's older brother, secretly started a relationship with Alejandra. Randy had no idea that his own brother was getting close to the mother of his children. The betrayal was hard for Randy, not just because it was his brother, but also because of the deep family bond they shared.
Difficult for her. Jermaine told me that Michael had called him at that time and told him, "Are you in love with her?" And he said, "Yes, I'm really in love with her." He goes, "Then congratulations."
Jermaine and Alejandra's secret relationship soon turned into marriage. In 1995, they got married, and the news stunned everyone. Randy was heartbroken. He said in an interview that it would have been bad enough if Alejandra had chosen another man, but for it to be his own brother made the pain even worse. Randy felt deeply hurt and angry. He called Alejandra disrespectful and Jermaine a fool for what they had done. Jermaine and Alejandra's marriage made the family situation even more complicated. Their children with Randy were now part of Jermaine's household, and Jermaine and Alejandra soon had 2 children together. The family dynamic was now extremely messy, with so many children involved from different relationships. Despite all this, Jermaine and Alejandra's marriage did not last. After years of tension, Jermaine filed for divorce in 2004. He said that they had too many problems to stay together. During their marriage, Jermaine had changed a lot. He converted to Islam, and while still married to Alejandra, he secretly married another woman named Lawanda in a mosque. This added even more confusion to his already complicated personal life. Jermaine filed for divorce from Alejandra without even telling her in person. He left the divorce papers in the house and went on tour, which made things even worse. After his divorce from Alejandra, Jermaine married another woman, Halima Rashid, in 2005. Halima came from a wealthy family in the Middle East, and they stayed married for several years. But in 2016, their marriage also ended in divorce. Jermaine then started dating a woman named Madai Velasquez. Meanwhile, Alejandra continued to raise their children. In 2015, there was a big public issue involving Jermaine's ex-wife, Halima. She was arrested on charges of domestic violence in Los Angeles. The following year, Halima filed for divorce, saying that their differences could not be fixed. The divorce between Jermaine and Alejandra was finalized in 2008, and Alejandra was given custody of their children. The court ordered Jermaine to pay $3,000 a month in child support to help take care of his kids.
Compound. What's the latest with her living in the compound? Is she getting evicted?
21 years for free. Cost the compound $60,000 a month. You tell me what she owes.
21 years for free?
Yes, 21 years.
In 2009, Jermaine Jackson and his brothers appeared in a reality TV show called The Jacksons, a family dynasty. The show followed the brothers as they worked together on music projects and dealt with family issues. While some people enjoyed the show, it also received a lot of criticism. Viewers felt that it looked fake and too planned out. They said it felt stagey because the brothers seemed to be acting rather than being themselves. Some people also thought the show was self-conscious, meaning that it looked like they were too focused on how they were being seen by the public. The biggest criticism was that the show seemed to be about the Jackson family trying to use Michael Jackson's name and legacy for money. Michael, the most famous member of the family, had passed away just a year before the show aired. Some people believed the show was just a way for the family to make money off his fame. The Jacksons' fans were divided. While some enjoyed seeing the family together, others thought the show was not real and was only for personal gain.